Hi, my name is Stephen Rafferty, and you're watching These Are Questions. This is the internet show where I ask people questions about things, life, and such not. Today's guest is a talented musician, songwriter, and is the owner and founder of his entertainment company, Intracostal Entertainment. Please welcome Lucas Doytier. Lucas, welcome to These Are Questions.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for having me, man.
My pleasure. Thank you for being a part of the show. It's going to be a fun, exciting episode of These Are Questions. Definitely. So, before we get into the show itself, let me explain the rules of These Are Questions. Lucas, I'm going to ask you a series of questions that are going to be based around your career and aspirations, along with a mixture of questions that are borderline idiotic and, well, randomly stupid. Do you accept those terms?
Let's go for it.
Okay. So, Lucas, are you ready?
Game on.
Game on. Gamers, listeners and viewers, everyone else, are you all ready? Yes. All right, awesome. I'm going to take that as a yes. With that, let's begin. So, Lucas, I've had the pleasure to work with you in various film projects in traditional acting, voice acting, and commentaries. I want to know more about how you started in your creative journey, especially since at your core, you're most known to many as a musician and songwriter.
When I first met you, we met in college at Nova Southeastern, and I started off my journey there with theater, and I was in the theater department. Did that for 2 years, and then switched to my, I guess I would say, true calling of music, and then graduated with a degree in music. But really, when I say my roots, my foundations, I started playing guitar when I was 6 years old. Mm-hmm. So that's almost 20 years now, which
Wow.
is really cool. So I took private lessons for like 13 of those years. I started playing out at like clubs and bars and cafes and open mics when I was 12. So I'm just been kind of, raised on performance and live performance. So for me, it's kind of comfortable. I do get nervous, sometimes. I feel like, getting that pre-show jitters is like kind of normal for everyone, but I feel comfortable on the stage, and it's definitely a lot of fun for me, and I love providing that opportunity for other people. So that's kind of what I do lately is I run my own open mics and comedy music showcases across Broward County. But really my roots are in music and in guitar. In college, I did theater for a little bit. So I did some improv, and I did stage work where, I learned a different kind of performance and getting into hosting as well. I did some theater work in pit orchestras, where I worked with theater departments and people from Nova Southeastern also. And then, so I've done a lot. I've dipped my hands in a lot of different things, but it all really started from music, and it started when I was pretty young. So thanks to my parents, shout out to my parents.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to your parents. Hey.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool. And we kind of have similar pathways in terms of getting into the entertainment industry. You started at a relatively young age and opening for shows and doing performances. I started at a relatively young age when I was doing my stand-up. I don't do it as much as I normally would. Yeah, I'm more towards acting in general and also behind the scenes work. But that's when I started. I started doing local shows, local clubs, wherever I could to get my foot in the door, just like you have been doing and continuing to be doing. So there's an art to it, and it's a cool. There's nothing to best describe performing in front of audiences, especially in different locations, unless you actually are in it and actually doing it. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and I'm finding out more as well, like you mentioned, stand-up comedy. Mm-hmm. That's a rare art form that you practice while you do it.
Yeah.
It's really, you can practice your jokes at home, you write the jokes at home, but you don't know how you're going to deliver them, or maybe you want to change certain words, and you figure that out live. So I think that's a really cool thing, and I've been learning that a lot more. Another art form as I've been going in this journey of event production. So yeah, really cool stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Very cool. My next question is, what is the biggest assumption non-musicians think about you as a singer/performer?
I think I would say one of the most common things is, like, for original music, people maybe assume that music comes easily. So the songwriting process is easy, or that you can do it in 20 minutes or something. I don't know. I feel strongly that it takes a lot longer than that, especially to make something of quality.
Right.
But there are, of course, those moments of inspiration, where you just really need to get something down, and then you write. Let's say maybe you write all of the lyrics, but you still have to come up with all the chords, and you still have to come up with the drums, and if you want to add it, however many layers. That's the one thing about music, is there's so many layers to a song, and it can be super simple, a simple piano ballad like Adele. She makes millions off of her voice and a piano. Like, some people can do that, but a lot of other work is really produced. Like, maybe, I don't know, like Kanye, his stuff is really produced. Some might say overproduced. And there's really, like, varying spectrums to that. So I think creating a song is something that it takes some time, and it takes some love, and it takes some patience too. Like, for example, one of my songs that I recorded not too long ago, took me like a few years to write that song, to finish it, where I think it's fully like complete at this point. I wrote it in maybe 2017, and then finished it in 2019.
Oh wow.
Or late 2018. Like, it took me almost 2 years, I'd say, to do that song and to finish it. So you never really know, and you can always add. So it's a cool process. I feel like that's the same with a lot of things, like with art. If you're painting, especially like abstract, when do you know when to stop, with that brush strokes? So there's a fine line, and I think everyone's different take on it is what really makes that individuality special. So it's different for everyone.
I agree with that, definitely. And as you develop more and more works, at least in my opinion, when you're developing more and more projects, you start figuring out what is that kind of last moment where it's like, I know this is ready. I know this is ready to go. Like, you start getting that intuition. But it takes time to develop that intuition. It takes a long time, and everyone has their different levels of that. So I definitely can attest to where you do it so much, and it's like, I think this is ready, but I don't think it's ready. But then I think it's ready, But then it's like, okay, I know this project's ready to go. I know this performance is ready to go. I know this song is ready to go. Like, you know it. You feel it internally.
Yeah, definitely. I think that comes with practice, like you said, or just doing it. The more you do it, the better you get, and it just takes time.
Yep, it just takes time. It just takes time. Lucas, I need to know, can you make the Eiffel Tower out of Cheez-Its?
Can I make the Eiffel Tower out of Cheez-Its?
Yes.
So you say Cheez-Its like multiple, so I can't eat one into the shape of an Eiffel Tower. So multiple, I could try. Okay. I don't have any on hand.
Okay.
But I would not be afraid to try. And you know what? If I have to use some hot glue, or I don't know, is there any specific rules? I can't use anything, or can I use whatever I want?
You can use whatever you want. You can use glue. You can use
all day.
You could use glue. You could use the cheese spread. Like cream cheese to stick on the Cheez-Its. You can use the it's not Ready Whip, but what's the one that's cheese in a can? I guess spray cheese.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done that sooner. Honestly, that is a new challenge of mine. It's on the bucket list. Make an Eiffel Tower out of Cheez-Its. Or out of different foods.
Yes. Yes, I'm just saying it's not a bad idea. Just saying, just saying.
Did that question come because I'm French? Is that why?
Oh, actually, no. Maybe, I don't know. No, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's why I thought you.
No. I didn't even. I don't think about race that way. You know, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I just literally thought Eiffel Tower seems like fun. Seems like Cheez-Its. You know, who likes? You know, everyone likes Cheez-Its. You know, some people like the Eiffel Tower. You probably like one of them either. So I was like, okay. Honestly, I don't think of the logic when I'm thinking of these questions at like 2:00 in the morning. I'm just like, okay, here's this question. I kind of want to ask this, see what happens. But sure.
I totally thought you did it. I thought you planned that. Yeah.
Not everything's planned. There's a method to the madness, but not everything's all planned. Some of it's just out of chance.
I feel that. Yeah. No, I'm a first generation American. Like my family's French, so that's, I don't know. I feel like maybe you knew that or something. So yeah.
But well, now I know. I learned something new today.
There you go.
There you go. I did not know that. So that's cool. That's cool.
Surprise. Yeah.
Surprise. Welcome to These Are Questions. Sometimes we have surprises. Sometimes.
Yes.
Not all the time, but sometimes. My next question, though, is a very important question. Probably the most important question I'm going to ask you for the entire episode. The question is, who is our boy?
Roy.
Okay. Roy is our boy.
Roy is our boy.
Roy is our boy. Good answer. Why is Roy from Super Smash Brothers or a game called Mario, but we know who the real star is? Why is Roy our boy?
Just because the audience chants it in the background when you're winning. I think. I don't know. That's always what I assume.
I'm gonna have to like fact check that now and see. Does it work?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like either in Melee or in Smash 4 when you play Roy, or they would chant our boy, and I'm pretty sure that's where that came from. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like that's what it was.
Well, we're gonna fact check it, and I'll turn on my Nintendo Switch at some point, and I will see if that works, and I'll let you know. I don't know if I can play the audio because copyright, but I'll let you know. We'll fact check it. Don't worry, it's gonna be on the screen and everything. Everyone's gonna know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Don't worry. But now we know. Now we know why Roy is our boy. My next question is, why is Minecraft, statistically speaking and financially speaking, the most popular game in the world?
I feel like it's probably because it doesn't take a lot of computer power to run. It's free. You can build anything or a lot of things. They just keep expanding it.
It's simple.
And yeah, it's just like simple, and it's the music is like really chill. I don't know, you just go in and you're just like, what? This is it? Like, this is just the real world, but in cube form. And I think that the design is nice too. It's just like kind of pleasing. So yeah. And I remember running it on a really, really like laptop. So, and I know that that's just like a way that everyone can get that game, is because it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a great computer to run the game.
I think by now with modern technology and standards, I think you can play Minecraft on like a potato now. To be honest, you can probably run it at least like 360p now, and you know. I can't tell you. I believe it too. I'm gonna look it up, see if someone has run Minecraft on a potato, and see. So we'll see.
That'd be good. I know they've made music with a potato before. You can make.
Yes, they have.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Fruits. Yeah, that's fun.
A shout out to potatoes.
Dude, they are the future.
Potatoes are the future.
Hashtag potatoes for president.
Oh, okay. Spuds for Prez.
Yeah. Yeah. President Spud.
Yeah. President Spud. So, Lucas, how did Intracostal Entertainment started? What was the idea to create an up-and-coming, full-scale entertainment company?
Oh, man. So, I guess originally it started from me participating in a local open mic
Okay.
which is the Riverside Mic, which I now currently host and have been for more than a year now, like a year and a half, almost 2 years now, I guess. And I started going back when it first started, which was a little more than 3 years ago now. So I met from NSU Ricky Gonzalez and Blake Woodrow, who both invited, or actually I met Ricky first. Ricky invited me out. He said, "Hey, you're a musician, blah, blah, blah." He was the musician in that duo, which was Blake is a comedian.
Yep.
Yeah, Ricky invited me out, started going, met some people, kept going, kept performing, started, sharing my original music and writing more and etc. And eventually Ricky stepped out, and Blake needed help, so I started helping him with the project. I also started working with them on another open mic with another performer. Her name was Rebecca, or her name is Rebecca, sorry, not was. Rebecca Marie Music on Instagram. If you look her up, she's really, really awesome, local, talented musician. And we both were co-hosts on a bi-weekly open mic at Bean to Brew. Or no, sorry, not Bean to Brew. Urban Brew, if I'm not mistaken, which is across the street from Tarpon River Brewing Company in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And so we did that open mic bi-weekly on Thursdays, and then the pandemic hit back 2 years now, or almost 2 years now. And we had to stop the show. We closed both shows for a little while. Then we brought back Riverside, which is every Monday. They started opening up the location just for us, and we started slowly building up our audience back again. People already knew that we were doing stuff, so there was a decent turnout, and it just kept growing and kept building from there. Eventually, Blake decided he wanted to focus on other projects, so then he sold me the equipment, and I kept doing the project from there by myself. So I host, I set up all the equipment, I set up all the lights and the sound and the chords, and I run the soundboard during the show and the lights, and I take pictures, and I perform usually, and I do quite a few things on that show. So that's every Monday in Plantation. I already had ideas to do showcases, which are, instead of like, an open mic format, anyone can come and perform. And a showcase is featured performers. So I pick 5 comedians and 2 music acts to be a part of that show, which I then compensate them. I make my own flyers as well for all of my shows that I put out. And, I just kind of do a full 360 support when it comes to like event production. I take care of the marketing. I take care of the actual organization of it. I take care of the break, like the build in and the build out. I take care of the actual, like during the show, the emceeing and the sound. I compensate the performers as well. I'm just kind of a one-man show as far as Riverside's concerned. Then one of the comedians who came out to Riverside often and actually started his comedy career or comedy ventures at Riverside, his name is Tony Dark, and he is my partner in crime. Him and I produce other shows together. I'm Intracostal and he is After Dark Productions. Okay. But together we pretty much operate usually under Intracostal because I've already been building that brand, and he is still developing his side of things. But technically we're separate entities. But whatever, it doesn't really matter because together we make badass shows. One of which is now an open mic as well. It's going to be a bi-weekly Wednesday open mic at Karma Kava, which is where I'm at right now. So shout out to Karma Kava. And then we started doing a open mic series at CNI Studios downtown Fort Lauderdale. I think the goal, maybe not next year, but maybe the year after, the end of the year, I'd like to throw a music festival. So
Okay.
big things in the works.
Okay, you hear it first on These Are
Yeah.
Questions, maybe.
But
asterisks. But,
yeah, I've been saying it for a little bit. I mean, you gotta manifest it, right? You gotta put it out there or whatnot, and then it comes to fruition. I find that happens a lot. I've got pretty good luck, I'd like to say. So, and just building the network of people who I know, and it's really, really awesome. And I, want to bring the community up with me. It's, all of the people who I'm meeting, it's all love, it's all for sharing the special, art form, whatever it may be for them, because it takes a lot of, guts to be vulnerable like that and share, your art form, whatever it may be, acting, singing, painting, dancing. It's all art, and it's all a different expression of, how you feel or what goes on in your brain. And it's really beautiful. So I love to provide a platform for people to feel comfortable to do that. And it's been a really, really rewarding experience. So I have good hopes for 2022.
Manifesting it into new opportunities and many and plentiful opportunities for the new year. So
definitely. Cheers to that.
Cheers. I don't have a drink, but visible cheers.
It's just tea. I'm just drinking a tea, so it's not even alcohol or anything.
That's fine. I don't drink to begin with, so I appreciate the tea. This is my imaginary tea, so it's all good.
I drink water-based things, so like coffee, water, tea. I guess beer is kind of water-based, so
it's close enough.
Yeah, I'll drink a beer every so often.
There you go. Water is the drink of champions, so.
100% of winners drink water.
That is a statement. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. So my next question is a fan submitted question. So the question is, besides what you do, what is the most interesting thing about you?
Besides what I do. I think it's pretty interesting that I'm French and that I'm a first generation American. I don't think most people think that I am, and that's definitely affected my upbringing. I used to spend most of my summer in France with my mom when I was younger, and all of my family is in France. It's only my immediate family that lives in Florida. So my brother, I have an older brother, he's 31. He was born in France. My dad was born in France. And my mom was actually born in West Africa.
Oh, wow.
So technically, she was born in Senegal. Okay. So, and her dad, so my grandpa, opened the first hotel in Senegal, which is pretty cool. So that's cool. That's something cool. Yeah, and I've got like a family house in France that I go to. Well, I haven't been in a little bit with the pandemic, but we have a house that's like 300 years old in France, and that's pretty cool too. So love to visit that. And yeah, I think that's one of the most interesting things. I just don't really get to speak French very often in Florida. It's not many people. It's a lot of Canadians, but it's different. Canadian French is different than French.
Oh, absolutely. I know I can read French for the most part, but I have a hard time speaking it. Like I can ask you, Lucas, tu parles-tu français? Oui. I know like basic stuff, but like even then, my French is like I have to learn how to pronunciate and enunciate words a lot better. But I can read French relatively well, so.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That's the problem for a lot of people who are like learning it or just speaking it, because there's a lot of and just like weird sounds. Like I totally get it. Like like I try and teach my girlfriend some French, and she'll say it, and I just like kind of laugh, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like I don't like, I know it's just very different from English, so
Yeah, it absolutely is, and it's
yeah.
based on the region and everything. The only other French expression that I can say confidently is omelette du fromage. You
I
know?
feel like anyone who watched Dexter's Laboratory like knows that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oui.
Yeah,
Oui.
yes, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oui.
Oui, monsieur. What is one of the coolest pieces of advice you've gotten so far in your entertainment career?
Oh man. Um, this one was a hard one. I wanted to think of something super inspirational, you know, but I,
Don't think too hard about it.
it's I've definitely gotten a couple different things that I'd say have helped me. You know, whether it's something that's uh, been taught to me from learning like a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think so. In regards to failing, people often think about the failure, and you spend time thinking about how you could have changed it or whatever it may be. But people fixate on the fact that they messed up, and at the end of the day, you can't change it. You can only learn and grow from it. So one of the things I've definitely still am coming to terms with, I think, that you don't ever want to make a mistake, but every time you do, every delay, there's always a lesson. There's always some sort of blessing within every delay, I like to think. And that's not a quote that I made. I read it from some interview. I cannot recall at the moment her name, but that quote would be, with every delay, there's a blessing. And I think that's one that I've really enjoyed, especially as of late, producing events. There's things that happen that don't go your way. People cancel the day of, performers don't do their best, a vendor doesn't show up on time, whatever it may be. There's, you don't have the flyers ready on time, or I don't know. There's a million things that could happen that can go wrong. And the important thing at the end of the day is to take whatever happened and to try and reflect on it and continue. Don't let it discourage you. Let it grow your path that you're on, because you're only going to learn more the more you do it. And you're gonna mess up, and that's just part of life for sure. So that's definitely been one thing. Another thing I'd say is to kind of step out of your own way. I did you mentioned the whole idea of having that threshold of knowing when something is complete, when a project is done.
Yeah.
When you feel like it's done. But sometimes, and this happened to me for quite some time before I started sharing my music, is that sometimes you just like overanalyze, you overthink, but you don't realize it until you share it or something, and people tell you otherwise. People tell you how great it is. People tell you, oh, what are you talking about? Like, that was so great. Like, you did awesome. And really in your head, you were like, oh man, like, this isn't how I want it to be. I wish I had more time, or I wish, I could change this, that. It's better to step out of your own way sometimes and get other perspectives, because, having your own voice in your head is good. You got to trust your gut, but sometimes you can get in your own way. And that happened to me quite a bit. It still does, I still do. I've got a lot of songs that are just sitting on my laptop and are not done because, I got to keep working on them.
Of course.
I just got to keep working on them. They're not good enough yet. So, yeah, sometimes just taking a risk can be really rewarding. So,
Very much.
That's my spiel.
Hey, it's a good spiel. Good spiel, my friend.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. And now we're almost at the end, but before we get to that end, I need to ask you one more question.
Yes.
So, for These Are Questions Season 3, I am making a playlist. And this should be an advantage since you're a musician, but we'll see. I'm making a playlist this season on These Are Questions, and I'm asking each guest to tell me what are, and I say up to 5, but you could give me some, you don't have to give me all 5, but give me some of your favorite songs that define your personality.
Oh, that's a spicy question. Okay.
These are questions.
Oh man. Okay. That's a good one.
Thank you.
One of the artists come to mind first before like a song. So like I'd say like John Mayer comes to mind, and then when I think of John Mayer, I think of the Battle Studies album, and then when I think of the Battle Studies album, it's just so every song is so good, but like maybe like Assassin from that album is really good, or Crossroads. I don't know that.
It's a good song.
I'll say Assassin. We'll say Assassin. That song is actually no. I'm sorry. I take that back. Edge of Desire. That song. Okay. Edge of Desire. John Mayer. Love that song so much. I'd say another song might be. Oh man. Gotta give it up to the first band I ever saw, My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
I love like that, you know, it's not like heavy metal, but it's like heavy rock kind of, I don't know, scream kind of thing. I used to listen to a lot in middle school, first band I ever saw, so I gotta give it up to them. Probably maybe Disenchanted from them, or Helena. Helena's another really good one. Let's see, maybe I'd say also 21 Pilots too. I absolutely love 21 Pilots. Maybe House of Gold would be a good one. Love House of Gold. So those 3. Let's see. I'll do one more. One more.
Okay. No pressure.
Man. I think I'd have to go with, as of lately, Tame Impala. Tame Impala has been very much on my repeats in the last few years. Man, I didn't even say Mac Miller too.
You still got one more. It's up to 5, so like you can say Mac Miller.
So Tame Impala, I would say there's a song in Currents. It's I can't think of the name right now. I'll have to send it to you. It's really good.
Okay.
And Disciples. I think it's called Disciples.
Okay, we'll
Disciples. And then and Mac Miller, I'd say Self-Care.
Yeah, that's my favorite from him. That's my favorite song.
It's so good. I mean, Good News was like that. The latest album was awesome, and really good songs in there. But every single song from from Self-Care, Come Down to Earth, I absolutely love that song. There's just some really, really good tunes. What's the Use? Like that whole album is just bangers. So I guess I'd say those. You know what's funny? I didn't even mention my favorite song, which is kind of silly, I guess. My favorite song is, I think, I always say this. It's Feeling Good, the Michael Bublé version.
Okay.
Love that song.
It's a good song.
Love that song. Yeah. Great song.
Great song. Good song.
Always down to hear it. So
if you look at the watch, oh yeah, we're not doing that joke anymore. Forget the watch. That's season 2. We're in season 3. We're at the end of the show. Welcome or goodbye. I don't know. What is my outro now? I don't know what my outro is. It's okay because we're at the end of our show. Lucas, it's been a pleasure talking with you and interviewing you for These Are Questions season 3. But now the floor is yours. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to promote, anything you want to discuss, last words. This is your time to shine.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me, first of all. Really cool. and the things that you're doing are really awesome. So shout out to you, and shout out to your card game coming out in 2022. I can't wait to play that with some friends. So huge shout out to that, and thank you for having me on that shoot. That was really fun. Another thing, if you guys want to follow what I do in Broward County, if you guys are in that area, or if you guys feel like driving up to the 954, check us out on Instagram, Intracostal Entertainment. That's INTRA, intracoastal.entertainment. We have shows every week, all month long. Check us out. We've got shows all over, so check us out there. If you want to follow me personally, mine is just my name, which is Lucas Doytier, LucasDoytier. It's French. I'm sorry, but
it's cool.
I grew up with. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay.
I popped. Poof. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to deal with it growing up, so trust me, it hurts me more than it hurts you. So DOYTIER. And yeah, you can follow me there. Let's see what else. Shout out to my brother. He's been one of the biggest influences growing up in this area, and he gave me a lot of inspiration in the things that I do. So if you guys like art, if you guys like to go to events, special events, curated murals, if you guys want to know what's happening in Fort Lauderdale, my brother is the go-to guy. Check his page out on Instagram, 26 North Productions. He's doing even bigger things than me. He works with like the Florida Panthers and stuff like that. He's really, really awesome. Really love my brother to death. So shout out to my brother. Shout out to my dad too, who gave me, my music sense, and also has inspired me a lot with art. He has his own gallery out in Miami. You can check it out on Instagram as well. That's Placebo Gallery, and he does awesome stuff. We just did a charity event for children going through cancer remission in hospitals. Really, really cool. So my family is full of awesome artists, and I have nothing but gratitude for my family and gratitude for all the performers who come out to the shows, who give me the drive to continue to want to work hard and provide a space for other growing artists like myself. So huge thank you to the South Florida community. Couple quick shout outs to specific musicians: Rebecca Marie Music, like I said, Southpaw Music, Alex, Lex the Boy, and like Dre Music. Maybe I'll send you these people's Instagrams, so maybe you can tag them or something.
Maybe I'll do something.
Sorry, I'm popping back again.
It's okay.
My phone told me I have 10%. So
okay, so we're gonna go.
Yeah,
I don't want you to die.
But yeah, one last shout out. Biggest supporter of me besides my family is my amazing girlfriend. So thank you, Alex, for always being there. You're the bomb, and I love you. So yeah, that's my quick shout outs. Check us out, Intracoastal. Check out No Cheese, No Coin. Check out everything Steven does. He's the guy, and really appreciate everything that you do as well. So you'll see him on my podcast soon.
Spoiler alert.
I have to. So gotta tell the fans,
Yes.
So yeah,
I'll be on.
And I don't know when this is gonna come out, but whenever this does, maybe that will already be out or similar timing. So there you go.
It's
cross promo.
Cross collaboration of the century. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I'm excited to be a part of your show, just like you were a part of my show. So can't wait for that. Yeah. We'll tag everything together, put everything, all the promotions, everything all together in a nice wrap bow, just in time for the new year when this does come out, whenever this comes out, who knows. And we'll go from there. So I'll have everything all nice and clean, so you can follow that, follow our descriptions, follow our stuff, follow us here on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere you get your videos and podcasts from. So with that in mind, you've been watching / listening / viewing / I don't know at this point. You've been watching These Are Questions. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yep, or good morning, which we found out through Spotify that people watch our show between the hours of 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, like, if you're watching during that time, thank you. If you're not watching at that time, also thank you. If you're the guy that's watching at 3:30 in the morning in, like, well, in this case, in South Africa, then shout out to you, man. You're the real OG. And that's all I got. All right.